Let's explore how annotations can be used to help your users really understand what their data is telling them. I'm Jeff, and this is Off the Charts with Jeff. An annotation, or notes, which I'll be calling it going forward, is a comment that's attached to a data point displayed on a data visualization for all users. Use notes to provide more context and communicate with other users. Here's an example. Look at this chart and tell me why there's this weird dip in this data year over year. Can you tell me? No, I didn't think so. I can't tell you either. There's not enough context. But I'd be willing to bet that there is somebody who understands what's going on here and given that context could explain this properly. This is where the note feature comes into play. As a user that understands the data, I can come in and I can provide an explanation, give you the context to what you're seeing. Let's take this one step further. Let's say that you're the person responsible for the data being visualized on this portion of the dashboard. You can add comments as needed and even subscribe to this metric using a notification so that you'll get an email every time somebody asks you a question. Seeing this data is one thing, but having a note will help the users truly understand what they're seeing. Here's some other niceties. Users can actually follow along with the conversation that you're having right on a dashboard. You can have multiple reply threads, just like a chat, so that you have that history. Users can also look back at historical notes, because you might not remember why something happened. I don't know about you, but I've got the memory of a goldfish, and I don't remember what I did last weekend, let alone a year ago. So if I'm looking back at this data for historical purposes, my memory is probably not what we want to rely on. Notes are also a coordinate system. And what I mean by that is if you drill down or change parameters or zoom in and out, they're actually smart enough to understand where they should and should not show up. They aren't just tied to a screen position like you stuck a sticky pad onto the note. They're actually a lot more useful than you'd give it credit for. And finally, you can set up security in order to keep notes private. So if you have information that you need to keep only for certain individuals, you can. So in general, notes are just a way to take your understanding of the data on a dashboard to the next level. I have to go on a little bit of a rant about this. I never see people using this on their dashboards. Everybody creates visualizations that are completely contextless, and having a set of notes constantly explaining what's going on really elevates your users so that you can have them really understand what's happening. It's one of those features that I really wish people would use more because it's easy to launch a dashboard, show people the content, and then not even bother explaining to your users that, you know what, we can actually do more here. We can talk, we can explain, we can understand right on the dashboard. So please use this feature, it's something that'll really help you. If you want to learn more about notes or annotations, take a look at our support article because that's probably the best place that you're going to get information on it. It's also worth checking out the Via Media case study, as they took notes to a whole new level in Dundas BI. Actually a company after my own heart. They went as far as building a live blog into their application to allow for coaching and strategy directly in the solution. Really cool stuff. That's all for today, and thanks for watching.